Bonjour, c'est Claire of French in the Midlands. Today's video is quite funny. I'm going to talk about the mistakes that French students make all the time. They're like the stereotypical mistakes that they will make. And I've collected quite a few over the years I've been teaching. This is probably a list of the funniest. Have a look. Before we actually look at examples, I want to say there's always two reasons for those mistakes in French. Always the same reasons. Number one, you're not saying your vowels properly. This is very important. I go on and on in lessons about how important precise vowel sounds are in French. Otherwise, you hear two different words. And number two, you are pronouncing silent letters when you shouldn't. So for instance, in the word petit, P-E-T-I-T, you have a T on the end, it's silent. You say petit. If there's an E after the T, it makes it feminine, and then you say petite. Okay, so this is why most British people make the mistake of saying je suis anglaise, men in particular, je suis anglaise instead of je suis anglais. Okay, you're a man, so you're anglais, not anglaise. Anglaise is for women. Okay, let's have a look at the actual funny examples. The first one is the words jeune versus jaune. Okay, and the phrase we had in a book was il y a un jeune homme sur la plage. Okay, so we were reading this text with a few students, and one of them says to me, "Do you know it's really rude, this text? It's quite racist, isn't it?" He goes, and I'm like, "Really? What? Why?" And he says, "Well, it says there's a yellow man on the beach." And I thought, okay. Jeune is young, jaune is yellow. So he thought it was yellow that was in the text. And I'm sorry, but I couldn't stop laughing because I thought was absolutely brilliant. So I thought I'd include it in this video because it's quite a common mistake. This one is a classic and it's one of my favorite because it's really easily done. Cheveux versus chevaux. So you see it's E versus O. The example was, and we were talking about our daily routine, and this lady said to me, je me suis brossé les chevaux ce matin, instead of je me suis brossé les cheveux, which is what she wanted to say. And she'd actually written it properly, cheveux. So I said, oh, okay, you brushed your horses this morning. I didn't know you had a horse. And she just looked at me really gone out. She said, no, I'm not talking about my horse. I don't have one. I'm talking about my hair. And I thought, okay, you meant cheveux then. Les cheveux is the hair, les chevaux is the horses. And then she said, but it's the same thing. I said, no, one is a E and one is a O. And when you say it quickly, you kind of miss that. But the French can still hear it, even though you probably can't because your ear hasn't been trained to detect a small difference at speed. But you'll get used to it. Another one along the lines of the wrong vowel sound being used, and this is a bit more dangerous, so be careful, is when you're trying to say beaucoup, you actually say beaucoup. Beaucoup means nice ass. So you see the problem. Beaucoup is a lot, beaucoup is nice ass. So please be careful how you say your ou. It's the ou of school in beaucoup. The phrase we had obviously was merci beaucoup, and it really sounded like merci beaucoup, which would be thank you nice ass. It's not something you want to say to someone you don't know or the waitress in a restaurant. Trust me, unless you want your dinner over your head, you don't want to say that. So please either avoid using beaucoup or train to say it properly with a ou sound. This next one was really funny as well. We had this sentence, we were reading a text about a castle which was fortified, etc. And it was talking about the wall surrounding the castle, and it said, le mur d'enceinte du château est fait de galets. Okay, so this person translated it as the wall surrounded the castle is made of flatbread. And I thought, oh my god, that's really funny because they read galette. Okay, I read galet because obviously there's no E after the T, but they read the wrong one, and just that because they were ready to pronounce the last letter and that's what they heard in their head made it sound like the wrong word. So un galet is a pebble, so that's what the wall was made of. And une galette is a flatbread. So when you think galet, galette, it's very close. Okay, so don't make that mistake. This one's quite funny in the business settings. We had the phrase il y a beaucoup de vent aujourd'hui. So there's a lot of wind today. And the person read it as il y a beaucoup de ventes aujourd'hui. So I heard there's a lot of sales today. And I thought, what are they on about? And then I realized they mispronounced the vent with, they pronounced the T, they put an E on the end. So I heard vente, sales. So really be careful with that vent, wind, vente, sales. And if it's a sale, it's une vente without the S, but you still say the T because there's an E on the end. This last one is the absolute most hilarious mistake I've ever heard. Okay, this guy was saying to another one in France, oh, j'ai acheté un nouveau chiot, which is I bought a new puppy. And he ended up saying by mistake, j'ai acheté un nouveau chiot. Okay, he said the T by mistake. Obviously, un chiot is a puppy. Les chiottes is the shit house. So please don't be careful, because he was saying to this guy, I bought a new shit house, and he was about to show him, and the guy was like, no, that's fine, I don't want to see it. So you see the problems you can encounter. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like if that's the case, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you in the next one. À bientôt!